Attorney General, I just kind of wanted to ask you, like, how did it feel on the ground when you have that much of presence at the federal level of these officers beyond what you were saying, 2 to 3 times the total number of state and local officers?
It felt like our state was targeted, blanketed with paramilitaries everywhere who were approaching citizens, non-citizens, whoever. It felt like we were being occupied by the federal government. And I started returning, Senator, to reading about how the Boston Massacre, how did those Bostonians feel when a faraway government in England had imperial troops marching all over their city, harassing and abusing the citizenry? That's kind of how I felt.
I heard that word a lot, used by others in Minnesota in the press, of just feeling occupied, just feeling like you don't have the ability to be able to control your own state and have this imposed upon you. So I just really wanted to hit that home because, again, we're having a lot of talks about what level of cooperation and whatnot, but I think this committee needs to look at just the sheer volume, the sheer number of federal agents and what kind of signal that sends to Minnesota and to those on the ground. And look,
Senator Kim, can I make one quick point?
Yes, of course.
Forgive me, my apologies. So the thing is, it has been said there have been surges in other states, and we haven't had these kind of problems. The reason why is there's never been on this scale. We just simply haven't seen this level of scale in other cities. This is the single largest deployment of ICE, of immigration agents in the history of our country. So I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, absolutely. It's important to be able to hear. And sure, we heard the news from Homan saying that they're announcing the end of the surge. And this comes on the heels just a couple days ago of Trump saying he's not backing down. So, we're, I think, seeing the importance of oversight, of accountability, and the voice of the American people, and especially the people of Minnesota, who, as far as I can tell, seem like they have disapproved of ICE and seems like they're saying ICE has gone too far. That's not just falling on partisan lines. Is it, Attorney General? Seems like it's across the board.
There's a well-known conservative podcaster. His name is Michael Broadcorp. He's written, this guy's a conservative. He's nobody's liberal, right? He's a conservative. It is a broad-based objection that Minnesotans are making. Now, not everyone, of course, but whether from the left to the center to the right, people are very disturbed by the engagement that they've been receiving from ICE officials and Border Patrol agents.
So despite the fact that the surge looks like it's ending and going back down, I think we can all say that damage has been done. There is also no admission of wrongdoing or wrongdoing of tactics by this administration, and it bodes questions about what comes next, not just for Minnesota, but where else are these agents going to go next? I think also part of this gets to what does it take to heal? What is it going to take to help the people of Minnesota heal? And Attorney General, you talked about just the lack of an independent investigation here. Is that something that would be important for the people of Minnesota to know that there is a true independent investigation that involves state and local participation?
Yes, Senator. I know that there's a diversity of views on this esteemed committee, but I would hope that all would agree that we need transparency in terms of the activities of ICE, transparency in terms of the conditions of detention facilities, access to those facilities, a full, fair, and joint investigation into the deaths of Good and Preddy, and into the masking. Nobody in this committee has police officers who run around wearing masks. I'm certain that Senator Rand Paul, Kentucky police officers and state troopers don't wear masks. We cannot impose on people what we would not accept for ourselves and then call ourselves fair. And finally, I want to just encourage Senator Lankford to continue his work on comprehensive immigration reform.